You're listening to Biz-Souls, the business podcast with an edge, hosted by me, Rona Lewis, and Jeffrey Hansler. Tune in for perspectives and discoveries about the changing world of business. It's time to connect to the heart, soul, and humor of how business gets done. And we're back.
Yes.
We're back. Hello and welcome to Biz-Souls. I'm Rona Lewis.
I'm Jeffrey Hansler, and we get to the heart and soul of business and the people that make it happen. And today, once again, it's the Ranjay team that's making it happen.
The what? R&J?
Ranjay, yeah.
Ranjay. Oh, I got
Ranjay.
That's supposed to be like Benifer or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Which makes it, because otherwise it would be Janner. It's bizarre. Anyway, so we're talking about lying today. You're a lying liar. You lying liar.
Yes, I know. Well, whether it's misrepresentation, people, the thing that bothers me is that people are not even thinking twice about what they're doing and the consequences of it. It's not even registering at the conscious level. So
let me back up. We're actually talking about this. It's based in marketing, advertising, what people are saying. It kind of relates back to my experience with the car dealership.
Right.
A couple
which
of
we
podcasts
talked about.
ago. Right.
Which we talked about, and
just
even
lie.
though it
People
wasn't
just
a
lie.
legal bait and switch, it was the equivalent of a bait and switch.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just about everything that people are doing. So what prompted this for me is I was looking around getting a horse, okay, and there are all these groups, under horses, under $1,500, horses under $500, horses under $5,000. And you get in there and then you follow up. First of all, one of the things I was warned about in almost all the groups right away is there are scammers out there. They don't even have a horse.
There's scammers all over.
Yeah, exactly. And it's commonplace. There's scammers in your email. There's scammers on your cell phone.
Facebook
there's
Marketplace and all kinds of stuff.
Scammers in business, scammers. And that's, I'm jumping around on this. It's like LinkedIn.
Means he's mad.
I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn. I think we may be
so much in common.
Yeah. And then you connect with them, and the next thing you know, they're selling you.
Yeah.
Now, look, if you want to tell me about your services, first of all, I can read your services on your LinkedIn profile, and then you say not interested or not a prospect, and then they'll come back, why? This is this. And so they don't even see the incongruity of
because
what
they
they're
want to
doing.
get you in that conversation. Once you engage, you're screwed.
Well, that's what they think, only that's not the case.
Right.
That's not the case. Same thing. So on the horse things, you go in, and there are all kinds of clues that they're not legit or not going to tell you stuff. You'll follow up with them, and then, it's like, let's say under $1,500 for a horse. And you get in, you find out it's in the low 20,000, for the horse. And I'm going, first of all, you're not advertising to the right market. The people that sign up for this market aren't going to do it. So you're wrong there. You're making the wrong assumption. And don't you feel bad? And they don't care.
So how do they do that? I mean, are you in a group that's, I want a horse for less than $5,000?
Yeah. Yeah, there's groups. Horses.
Is it like a Facebook
available under $1,500. Yeah, and there are not one or two of them. There are probably 30, 40, 50 different groups, and they keep popping up. Different people start groups.
And horses are expensive to keep. They're like what were you saying? $800 a month, something
Right.
like that?
Friend of mine's trying to buy a boat. Goes in. It's great shape. It's wonderful shape. When was the last time he had it checked out? Just had it checked out. He'll bring in his own expert. Cost him $5,000 to bring in his own expert. And the guy finds all kinds of things wrong with the boat that any decent inspector would have found. Mm-hmm. People, and they just matter of fact, I got caught. I got caught lying. So anyway, it seems
in other words,
to be
do your
acceptable.
due diligence.
Well,
and don't give anybody money to hold a horse.
Well, it's the guys that they're selling things. So this is the marketing piece. They're selling stuff on LinkedIn, due to a technical difficulty or due to the fact that the government's going to outlaw this form of bow and arrow or due to the fact they're going to do this. We're giving away.
Buying a horse.
We're 200.
Guess which one of us is from a city? Go ahead.
Anyway, I'm glad we've got this covered. Anyway, So they say they get all your information first, and then they go, and by the way, it's free. I mean, it's, you get your free thing. And after you fill out all the information, now they've got your information, which they turn around and sell. Because they don't tell you they're not going to sell it.
Right.
So now they're selling all the information. And then they go, yeah, shipping and handling is $200. Shipping and handling is $10.
See, and I saw it as, you can buy this horse for $1,500 and we'll ship it to your place for another 10 grand.
Yeah, well, and that too. So Facebook Marketplace, you put it on for $1 and people put stuff down they're working the system and it's their fault. I wanted to advertise for free and Facebook Marketplace is good and it's not $1, but that's okay. This is how I get around the system.
Right. And I see that all the time where it's like $1 for a what do you call it, sale, a sale of the whole house, an estate sale. And you go on and you see sofa, $1,500, brake front, $2,000, antique this, nothing's $1.
Right.
Or free. What
really bothers me about this whole thing is, if you point it out to them, they go, yeah, so. They don't, there's a complete lack of connection or responsibility.
There's no remorse.
It's the normal, that has become the norm.
Yeah,
that it's okay to do that. Kitty fishing, catfishing on dating, same thing. Why'd you put those pictures? And people are taught. We had that with Yana, our dating gal.
Yeah.
And she was going, yeah, you just people,
and
show up
Sophie.
and you don't even look like it. And Sophie as well.
Yeah. It's people put up pictures from 15, 20 years ago and think, oh, I look the same. You don't. I don't care what anyone says. If your friends tell you you look the same, they're lying because they're your friends.
Right. It's just amazing.
And actually, you and I both have pictures up some places that are at least 15 years old. And we just don't change them.
So this is going on in the general public. Now we've got we've got people doing special things to get into universities. We've also got people that are taking school and then they expect somebody else to pay the bill for them. And what's worse, and this is what's worse.
Wait, what does that have to do with lying?
Because it's misrepresentation. I'm going to take out this loan, and I have no intention really of paying it back. I mean, the kids that are taking it now, there's a portion of them probably that think, oh, yeah, this is going to be paid off by the government. I can take out a loan, student loan, and do this. So now people are starting to work in the fact that it's okay to do that. People that snatch and grab at stores.
Yeah, because they don't get prosecuted if it's like under $1,000 or something like that, which is stupid. It's STOOPID. It's a stupid rule. Just saying.
Well, and the idea was, I don't know what the idea was.
I have no idea, but you keep defunding the police. Go ahead.
Well, go ahead. The problem is our leadership is
and they lie in politics too.
Oh,
I know, shocking.
Only a little though. I mean,
both sides do it.
We've got a guy who ran for the rep for Orange County or representing Orange County in the state assembly or something. I'm going to stop the board. First of all, he's saying something they can't do.
You need to finish your sentence.
I'm going to stop the immigrants crossing in the border. Sorry.
From
Mexico,
Orange County, or
from
just
Mexico,
from Mexico
into Southern California.
We don't want anyone from San Diego County coming into Orange County.
That may be true. That actually may be true. We definitely don't want people from Northern California.
From LA, right?
And LA, gosh, no, keep that line. We're not putting up an orange curtain. We're putting up a wire fence.
I was talking to a guy from Orange County and Anaheim, and he lives in Anaheim because he works in Anaheim, and I was saying how much I love to live by the beach, and he said, well, I'm living in Anaheim, it's not permanent, and I know that, yes, I want to move further, but I would never move to LA County because he's
Orange County.
Let's just say he's very Republican. I mean, very. And I'm like, okay.
You might be surprised at the number of people that are Republican in LA by the time things are through.
There's a lot. I mean, it's both. It tends to be more, bluer, but it's still a little purple, and Orange County is getting purple as well.
I don't know what Orange County is doing right now. Do you know that the city council, that everybody was a lot of people were excited. They actually got supported by somebody who gave them a bunch of money to run. So they got elected as a coalition, I guess.
Okay.
They want to privatize the Huntington Beach Central Library or the Huntington Beach Library System.
Why?
Oh, because then they can start charging, and because it's private, they can start limiting the books that are read.
No.
So we're talking about what books are going to be acceptable and what books aren't. So we've got to sign a petition at that.
Yeah,
so
that's the stupidest thing.
So these guys were about freedoms and about some form of...
Yes, but you can't read Fahrenheit 451, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't read any Kurt Vonnegut, for crying out loud. And anyone, if you're watching this and believe in banned books, I don't care. Don't watch us anymore. Because anyone should be able to read any books they want, even if it's mine.
That's how you get different. That's how you get different ideas. I don't like books at all. You can tell. You can tell.
Yeah.
Books are not part of my life. They're really important, and a lot of these books could technically be banned. For some of the different concepts they have on them, or the information they have on it.
Yeah.
Or the subject matter itself could be banned on it.
So,
it's just ridiculous.
Crazy. And so they couch their words what they're saying very, very carefully. They work with a lot of professionals, and if you say it this way, it will fool people into thinking that we're saying A when we're really saying B.
Exactly, which
what
brings
we're us back to the light.
And it's also
look how clever we are.
Oh, I know, really. You would think we planned this and actually rehearsed it to get back to that.
We just literally 10 minutes before we started, we had just done another podcast, and I was like, okay, thanks, see you later. And he's like, oh well, we're gonna do another one. We are.
I just popped this one on.
We did, and I'm all about improv, so let's go. So
yeah,
and here we are. Anyway, so we were saying. We digress once again.
Anyway, the point is, not only is it's not just the lying, it's not just the disconnect between what act they're doing and the consequences of that. Because if you do take, so the line is, it's an easier path. It's really an easier path.
Yeah.
And it is. It is. It's much easier than to take responsibility for the truth, whatever the truth is. I think, and this is what's hilarious, I can't wait for the politician that gets out there and just goes, hey, you know what? I'm a bad boy. I do bad. I've done some bad things.
They'll probably get elected.
Yeah, I've done some bad things, and these are the things I'm going to do. I don't know how much control I have because I'm only one vote. And let's get some decent people into our political offices.
That's never going to happen.
Never say
because there's
never
like a cabal that is behind the scenes and they control everything.
Well, Rona.
What I hear. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I may not be. I don't know.
No. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot. Well, in politics, there's a lot. That's why I hate politics. I hate politics because it has nothing to do with the people. It's all the people in power and their egos and their high Ds.
Well, and that was the third point. So we've got the line, we've got the attitude about the line, and the third thing is it's all about control. And how do you control by misrepresentation? Right. How do you get somebody to contact you with misrepresentation? How do you get somebody to give you their contact information by misinformation? How do you get somebody to vote for you by misrepresentation?
Right. And they don't want people to be that smart, to have good critical thinking skills, and to just take things at face value and be automatons and sheep.
Right. And you wonder why the crowds are getting angrier because, and that is one of the things of misrepresentation. And the crowds themselves are into misrepresentation. And it's all about getting people stirred up and massive protests, and it's all funded basically on misrepresentation. We have the thing that saves the United States every time is that we have a constitutional republic. And we've got this separation. The people
That's right.
started
this is not
company.
A democracy. This is a
constitutional republic.
And tell me what the difference is again. Tell all of us what the difference is.
Well, there's all kinds of articles on our, Jefferson and Washington and Adams and all the guys that were involved with the revolution and writing it. They argued, Franklin, that they did not want a democracy because a democracy can very easily become a dictatorship. because a democracy is where you're voting for the elected official and then they can do what they want. We have a constitutional republic which allows them, people are still, they're ultimately in control, and we can change things if we ever decide to. And there is a division of power. It protects the structure of
So
the republic.
is that Congress and
That's
the House of
we have
Representatives?
we have a judicial branch, we have an executive branch,
Right.
and we have a legislative branch, and those are all separate. They all have different power structures. They all have different ways of.
You guys feel like you're in college again? Or?
Anyway, and I'm sure there are a lot of people that are more versed that can explain it better than I am, more succinct.
Nevertheless, it's So and people are under the misunderstanding that we are a democracy when we are not.
Correct. And actually, there are some people that think that was a intentional lie, so that you could then transition them and get them to talk about that, and then get them to accept it. You get them to repeat something incorrectly enough times.
You lying liar.
Exactly.
And that's what we opened up with. So anything else that we want to chat about?
No. I
Did you vent enough?
I did vent, and here's what I'm.
He was very horse mad this morning.
Look, one of the things.
Wanted a horsey, and I couldn't.
It was.
I want a pony. I want one of those miniature ponies. Can I get one of those? Can I? Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Just like the miniature cows.
You can get a miniature cow and a miniature pony and a miniature goat, and you could have a miniature farm.
I can have a miniature farm, except I will probably put it a different place than you are putting your horse.
Okay. So look, here's the thing. And this is where technology comes in, and data. So I think all of this is going to catch up to people. I want to be part of a tribe that takes more responsibility for things, a tribe where things are more transparent. And, I understand persuasion probably as good as all of them, and could take people down, just about any path I wanted. And you just have to understand that's an enormous amount of power and responsibility. And so people should be more responsible. And I think people are being too carefree. And our politicians are definitely being too carefree. And we're letting them get away with it. We're letting the people on Facebook get away with it, and on the internet.
I think, because it can be exhausting.
We're trying
to convince people otherwise, and so they're like, screw it, just let them do it.
Well, we're letting organizations, which is why people have never had a greater lack of trust for organizations, institutions, products.
And I can't blame them.
Individuals.
Yeah.
And
until it takes a minute, maybe half a minute to lose trust.
Yeah.
That's like boom, done.
And because of technology, we have a wider group. So you can find more than enough, your group around the world that wants to communicate with you and work in that field, and probably want your products and services. And anyway, a little utopia. I don't know why I'm getting a little utopian on this stuff.
Because he wants a horsey. All right. That is
it's a
it.
horse or a boat or both. Both of them. Boats. A boat is a hole in the water in which you pour money, and a horse is a four-legged boat.
There you go. Anyway. Have fun with that. I will be here. I would rather buy a new pair of, Louboutins or something like that.
Well, and then of course there's the plane. So that's a whole different issue. All right.
So somebody has to hire him. He does sales development, organizational development, please. And I'll be here teaching people play. So
Very good.
All right. We done?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Okay.
Put a fork in it.
That's it for us. I'm Rona Lewis.
I'm Jeffrey Hansler.
And this has been Biz-Souls. I'm lying. No, I'm not.
Bada boom.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Biz-Souls podcast with your hosts, Rona Lewis and Jeffrey Hansler. Did you have fun? Subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It's very much appreciated. Talk to you next week.